Python series. Keruganaka here, and today in this video we will be discussing about dictionaries. And dictionaries will be officially our last data type in this basic series. So now, what are dictionaries? So keep programming aside, keep Python aside. Just try and understand what is a dictionaries. So as we have the various English dictionaries such as Oxford dictionaries and more. So what these dictionaries have, that is names and their meanings. Thus, these two things exist in pair. That what I mean to say is that there are key and value pairs in that dictionary. That is, a key will be the name and the value will be the meaning. Similarly, we have dictionaries in Python. But in Python, we have dictionaries that in which we store keys and values, where key will be absolutely unique and values can be duplicated or can be repeated. So with this, let's start our discussion and let's start with the coding on dictionaries. And before moving on to the coding part, just let's try and understand where this concept will be more useful. So dictionaries are really important concept and will be useful in when you want to develop some web applications using Django, Flask, or if you want to learn machine learning, data science, or all these concepts. So here the dictionaries will come in handy. And even our project in this basic series, we will use dictionaries there. So let's start with the discussion on dictionaries. So let's get your machines ready. So we have our machines, my machine here, and let's create a new file for it. Let's just name it as dict.py, and we have your dictionary file. So first, let's create a dictionary. So what our aim is to create a dictionary to keep a record of the students that have enrolled for the courses. So in keys, we will have the name of the student, and in the values, we will have the course name for which the student has enrolled. So let's create it. So let's name a dictionary as enroll. Okay, it's again a very bad name. You can give some good name as well. Okay. So enroll. And how do we create a dictionary? Let's go back. How do we create a list? Using square brackets. How do we create a tuple? Using parentheses. And how do we create a dictionary? That is using curly braces. So this curly brackets, or also called as the curly braces, help us to create dictionary. So let's again follow the similar method, and let's try and print it. So enroll, print enroll, and let's just run this directly. And here we can see that only the curly braces were printed. That is, we have created a dictionary, but which is empty at the moment. So now let's add some values. So right now let's remove this print statement. And the habit that you should follow is whenever you create a dictionary, just click on this enter key and have a structure like that. So this will increase the readability once we add some values. Now let's add the keys and values. As we discussed, the key will be the name of the student and the values will be the course for which they have enrolled. So first, let's say we have John. Let's say John have enrolled for Python 3, and then this is our first key value pair. Let's say we want to add some more key value pair, then we will have comma. Then you can add the values horizontally in the same line as well, but again to increase the usability, we will use a new line. And let's say we have Sam, and Sam has enrolled for Java. Let's say we have thinking about the name is really big task. Okay, so let's say we have Tom. Okay, let's say we have Tom, and Tom has enrolled for JavaScript, and it is giving us this disturbing red lines because we have forgot to put here a comma. Okay. And even you can put a comma here in case in future if you want to add some more values. So at that time this will be just for the sake of housekeeping purpose. Otherwise no comma will also do. So let's just keep a comma here. And now let's try and print this. So we will print enroll, and here we have our dictionary with this 3 key and value pairs. Okay. So now let's play with this again. So again, the methods such as length, pop, then clear, all the methods that we saw for the list and tuples will be applied on this as well. So let's try the length method. So we have print, then we have length, and let's put it as enroll. And let's run it, and we will get 3 because we have 3 key and value pairs. So each key and value pair is treated as a single element. So here we have got length as 3. Similarly, you can try other methods such as pop and clear and all these things. So now let's try and fetch some data. Okay. So So we have your enroll. So first let's declare some variable as student. We have your student. Now we have enroll dot. Mm, we have all the methods here, but we will try that later. So what we will be doing is just try and access it directly. So we have your enroll, and we will use this square brackets and pass the name of the key that we want to use. So what we will be doing is enroll and just pass the name of the key. So let's say we want to access John. So the what this line will do is that it will go into the enroll dictionary, find for the John key and John key, and the value of this John key will be directly put into the student variable. So let's try and print student variable, print student, and let's run this file. And here we can see Python 3. And as we had discussed, similarly for the same purpose we also have a get method. So what this get method will do, that it will get us the value of the key that is passed. So this get method, okay, so first let's again create a variable. Let's say we have student1. Again a very bad name for a variable. So we have your student1 and enroll dot get, and this get method takes a parameter that is a key. So we'll pass a key. Let's say this time we have Tom, and again we can print student1. So now we will get the value of this Tom key, and we know that we have assigned the value JS. This is JavaScript for the as a value for the Tom. So here we are getting JavaScript. So this is how we access values from a dictionary. Okay. So let's clear all this out. So with this, let's move ahead with our discussion on this. So let's say we want to change some value. Similarly, we did in list. So similar we can do with dictionaries also. Just write enroll, then we will have the key, that is, let's say we again have John, and then we will directly assign it a new value. Let's say John switches from Python to JavaScript. Okay, and then what we will do is we will simply print enroll to check whether the value was changed or not. So let's run this file, and here we can see that the value for the John was changed from Python to JavaScript. So in this way we can change the value from one to another. That is, we can with the help of the key we can change the value directly. Now let's move ahead and use some more methods. Let's say we want to get all the keys in the dictionaries. So for that we have another method in dictionaries. So let's say we have enroll dot get enroll dot keys. So we have this method enroll dot keys. So what this enroll dot keys method will do, that it will return as a list containing the keys. So for that we will need to store it into a list variable. So we list1 again is just the name of a variable. You can give it any good name. So enroll dot keys, what this method will do, that it will create a list of all the keys in the dictionary and store them into the list variable. So now let's verify that, print, and we have here list1, and let's run this, and we have here dict keys, and all the keys have been printed. Similarly, since we can print or fetch keys, similarly we have values. So for that we have values method. So let's try that also, values, and let's just run it again. And here we have got dict.values, JS, Java, and JS. Okay. So again, let me get rid of this. So let's move ahead. Now let's say I want to add some more key value pairs into this dictionary. So how we can do that? Again, Python provides a hell lot of methods to do that. So in dictionary there is one method called as update. In that we can directly pass a key value pair that will be directly added to the dictionary. So let's see how. So here we have enroll dot update, and this method, in this we have to pass in curly braces a key and a value pair. So let's say again I have to think for a name. So let's say we have Tim this time, not Tom, but we have this time Tim, and has enrolled for Python 3. And again, to verify we will need to print it. So print enroll, and let's run the file. And here we can see that Tim Python 3 was added to the list. So we saw that how we can get the length of the list, length of a dictionary, how we can get the just the keys, how we can get just the values, or how we can get the values with the help of the keys. And also we saw that how we can add a new value, and also we saw that how we can change the values using the keys. So this was the basics of dictionary. So now let's create a new file where we will try to manipulate a dictionary. So let's new file, we have Python file, more on text. Okay, and for just for the time saving purpose, let's copy this dictionary here. And as we have seen that we can loop through a list and tuples as well from the strings. So we can do the similar thing from a dictionary as well. So let's write the code to iterate over a dictionary. Okay. So again, for I in name of the dictionary is enroll. Okay. So for I in enroll, what we will be doing here is we will just directly print enroll. So what do you think? What will be printed? The keys of the dictionary or the values of dictionary? Let's check and verify. Okay, not enroll, but here it will be print I. My bad. Again, the question remains the same, that whether the dictionary keys will be printed or values will be printed. So let's see. Okay, so we have got John, Sam, and Tom. Okay, so we have got John, Sam, and Tom. Thus, this verifies that whenever we directly loop through a list, we will whenever we directly loop through a dictionary, so we will get a so it will return the keys from it. Okay, so let's say that now I don't want keys, I want values. So what we can do, again we can use our programming skills that we learned just a few minutes ago, and what we will do is enroll dot, and here we have values. And let's try and run this again. Again, not debug, but we want to run it. Let's try and run this again. And here this time we have got Python 3, Java, and JavaScript. So the purpose was so that we iterated through a dictionary. First we got the keys. So this is the default one that we understand, that when we iterate through a dictionary, it will iterate and it will return us the keys of the dictionary. To if we want the values, so for that what we can do is we can use the values method. Okay, so now let's move ahead with this, and let's create a new file. And in this file, what we will be doing is, let's name it as dict2. Okay, and in this we will learn one of the very important method of dictionaries, that is called as from keys. So what we will do is, let's say we have a tuple, and from that tuple we want to create a dictionary. So the values of the tuple will become the keys of the dictionary, and the values of the dictionary will remain empty for that time being purpose, and that we can update them later. So let's try and see how it is done. So let's create first a tuple, and what here we will be doing is, let's add some values to it. Not curly braces, here we will have parentheses. Let's say we have we have Sam. Again, let's call our buddy John and Tom. So let's say we have this tuple. So how we will create a dictionary from it? It is very simple. We will just create a variable that is, let's name it as dict1, that will hold the dictionary, and from this tuple1 dot from dict dot from keys, and here we will pass as tuple. Now what is this dict that here we can see? This is the dictionary class or the dictionary constructor that will create a dictionary, right? We don't have a dictionary right now. We need to understand that we are creating a dictionary. So this is a dictionary class, and we understand that in Python everything is a class. We have verified that using the type method. So again, dictionary is also a class, and this is this will call the constructor of the dict class. I hope you might not get what is a constructor right now, but you will surely that get when we move towards the object oriented programming. Right now, just understand that we have a class of dictionary, and to create or to convert something into dictionary, we need to call its constructor. Similarly, what we did in the typecasting thing in the list and tuples session. So we have dict dot from keys, and we passed it the tuple that we just created. And now let's just print. We have dict1. So let's run this example and see whether the dictionary was created or not. And yes, here the dictionary was created. All the values of the tuple were created as the keys for the dictionary, and all the values are right now it is showing as none. So we using a programming programming skills what we have learned right now, we can update the values later. So this are the few methods of dictionaries, and the few important methods of dictionaries. There are surely more that you can explore. That I said, the methods such as pop and all these things, clear, delete, all these things you can surely explore. So that's it for this video, and let's catch up in the next video where we will take our discussion ahead on the Python.